Welcome everybody to a Coaching Young Athletes presentation. My name is Darren Wenzer. I'm the founder of coachingyoungathletes.com, and this presentation is based on a recent article that appeared on the coachingyoungathletes.com website called Shot Put Release, Can You Pick the Error? So let's get going. So the things that I hope that you get out of this presentation are: you should be able to recognize a common shot put release error. I hope that you, by the end of the presentation, understand some features of an effective shot put release action, and that by the end of the presentation, you have learned some cues and some drills that you can use to teach or correct a shot put release action. Now, here's the challenge. Look at this photo. Can you see a basic shot put release error? Now it stands out fairly clearly to me, but it's a point of technique about which many people are unaware is actually an error. Now many people believe that this is how a shot is supposed to be delivered. Now there's a few positives actually in this photo. The athlete is in a nice tall position. The arm is extended, the non-throwing arm is pulled in to effect a block. This is all good stuff, but take a look at that throwing hand, the hand that the shot's just been released from. This is where the problem lies. And what is that problem? The error is that the hand position is incorrect. The fingers and the thumb are pointing upwards as the shot is being released. Now, did you even know that this is a problem? It's quite a significant error, and it actually is one that is extremely common with beginner throwers. Now, a fingers up release, where the athlete finishes in a position as if they are making a stop gesture, will result in a whole lack of propulsion being applied to the shot. Now, let me explain this a little bit further. How to release a shot? Well, the hand should actually finish in a thumbs down position with the wrist fully extended and the fingers pointing out to the side. So this, as you see in this photo here, is more like what a shot release should look like. And why? Well, let's look at a comparison between the two photos. Now, the image on the left-hand side here, the wrist has been left in a really neutral position, okay, when the shot's been released. The athlete has simply let go of the shot, providing no additional propulsion off the fingers. Now, in the photo on the right over this side, we can see what appears to be a real snap of the wrist to flick the shot off the fingers as it leaves the hand. Now, in the photo on the right, the finishing position of the hand in a thumbs down type position indicates that the elbow here has been kept up behind the shot. Okay, and this helps to drive the shot forward, the forearm, the hand, and the shot forward. And now, if the thumb is down, the elbow will generally be up, and the other way around. If the elbow's up, the thumb will be underneath. So remember that: thumb down, elbow up, thumb down. Now, in the photo on the left, where we saw an error here, so we're talking about that one over here, the what we're seeing is that either the throwing arm elbow started down and tucked into the side, maybe down here, up against the thrower's body, or the throwing elbow was actually dropped through it during the throwing action. Now, a low or dropped elbow places the athlete's arm in a really poor position to impart a forward force on the shot. So rather than this one over here, we're looking for this type of position, and it's a lot stronger, and it's a lot more likely to result in a legal delivery of the shot. this type of action here can leave the shot falling away from the neck also as the elbow is dropped. So how do we correct this? You can use, let's look at some coaching cues and some drills. So a very, very simple one is one that I mentioned before, is that we can cue the athlete to keep the elbow up and the thumb down. So the cue of elbow up, thumb down is a really simple directive that might help a young athlete. So when the thumb is down, the elbow is up, and when the elbow is up, the thumb is down. We mentioned that earlier. Really like. You're probably familiar with a high five action. We see it a lot in sport, particularly team sports. Teach the kids to effect a side five action as if they're giving a high five out on the side here. It's a really nice cue that is not technical. It's easy to understand and for the kids to visualize, and it really helps in keeping this thumb here down. So a side five action. I really like this one. This is one that I came up with when coaching some young athletes, where I taught them that the elbow is the engine. Now, the elbow always should stay behind the shot as you're pushing the shot along. This elbow should stay behind the shot. Think of the elbow here as the shot's engine, pushing it along. I have used with young athletes before with great success. I get them to visualize the shot or the hand as a boat being propelled along by a motor, where the elbow is the motor and it is propelling along the forearm and the hand and the shot. And if the elbow sinks, well, the shot is not going to be propelled forward. So the elbow is the engine. That can be quite shot put slams. One of my favorite shot drills is the shot put slam. It's a wonderful drill for helping kids to learn how to drive the shot away from the neck, keeping their elbow up and behind the shot, and to propel the shot off their fingers. Let's just look at a sequence of photos here. So usually I will only use, for this, for safety reasons, a modified shot and a hoop as a target. So you get the young athlete to be standing above the hoop, feet placed either side and out of the way. You can see the shot position here. They're leaning over the hoop, but the elbow, look at this, is above the shot, about to drive the shot down into the hoop. This is the starting position. Now over here we have position number 2, where the shot is being pushed forward away from the neck, but look here, the elbow is still up and behind the shot. And in sequence or photo number 3 here, we have a full arm extension down to where the shot has been thrown into the hoop, and the entire time the elbow is up and behind the shot, and the shot has been released off the fingers, as you can possibly see here in a thumb down position with the hands pointing out to the side. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. So over to you. Can you go away and look out for kids who have a fingers up position when they deliver the shot? If so, can you correct that problem by using some of the the suggestions that I've given to you? So hopefully you've now been able to learn a little bit about a shot put error, how the shot with the release, how the release should look, and some drills and some cues to help you correct that error. So thank you very much for listening, everybody. I hope to put out more of these videos, and I hope to hear from you soon, and see you at coachingyoungathletes.com.